Hi everyone, Complex back with another video, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that's probably a little out of the channel wheelhouse, or what was the wheelhouse, because I feel like we're just going to start talking about all sorts of new things soon, you know? um, but I wanted to talk to you about a game that I've been playing both on and off stream, and it is a My Time at Portia. And I know you can also pronounce it My Time at Portia. I prefer Portia. There are NPCs in the game that pronounce it both ways, so we're just gonna go with Portia because I like it. Yeah, okay, good. Anywho, this game is currently in early access. You can get it off of Steam, and I've been playing it for a while. I want to say I started picking it up in February, and I've been playing it on and off since. And then I started streaming the game during our late night streams, and I've just had so much fun playing. I wanted to chat with y'all about it here. One of the reasons I'm so enthusiastic about this game is because the developers are so good at what they do. And what I mean by that is, like, the community said, we want this change, or we'd really like to be able to do that, or, there's not enough of this. And the devs really listen. They take the time, they listen to the feedback. They're on the Steam forums. They're really good about listening to feedback and then going, all right, well, here it is in game, or, that's not something we're ready to implement, but here's something here's something else instead. And about once a month, maybe once every 2 months, we get some decent sized content updates, which is, I think, kind of rare for games in early access at this point. And I'm really excited that the devs are so enthusiastic because this game is I just love this game. I love the style of it. The art style is cute. It's cute, but not too cutesy. Like, I can totally get into it. I think the NPCs that they've created, they're all pretty unique and interesting, which I love. But overall, this game has been a great experience, a great early access experience. And with that being said, I want to take the time to give you my top starter tips for this game. So if you're new, maybe you picked it up during the Steam summer sale, or maybe you're thinking about picking this up. I just wanted to give you guys a few tips to make your start easier. The first thing is, a lot of people pick up this game because they think it's similar to Stardew, and while it does have a few similarities in that there's some time management, there's stamina, health regens, stuff like that, and also you can build up either a farm or have animals or build stuff, all this other stuff, and interact with NPCs and build a life, basically. There are definitely some differences. One being that there's, I feel like, a little bit more personalization and customization in this game. Like, you can put decorations in your house. You can basically build up your plot of land to be big or small, if you will. You can build certain crafting tables. You don't have to farm. In this game, you don't have to fish. You don't have to do anything. Like, there's not really a requirement like there is in Stardew if you wanted to fill out the community center and stuff like that. And the other thing that I really like that's different about this game than Stardew is that I don't feel like I have to complete everything within a certain time span. So if you're familiar with Stardew Valley, we generally had to complete everything by like year 3 for that evaluation, and I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't played Stardew. But I always felt pressured to get like everything done within this like 3-year time span kind of thing. But with this game, everything is either timed, and it's timed when you get it, like commissions that you can do to like build stuff or create stuff for other people. Or a lot of the main story stuff I was noticing isn't timed. So if you want to spend, however long you want building up your place, you want to grind for certain things, you really want to upgrade your house, you really want to upgrade this, so you're going to spend like the next 6 in-game days in the mine, that's fine for certain missions and tasks and stuff like that, which I really like. So it allows you to either have a different play style every time you play, or it allows you just to be really flexible. And then the second thing I wanted to mention is this is going to be weird. When you start the game and you go into your house the first time, you'll notice that there are holes in the floor. Fill those in like right away. Like, one of the first things you should concentrate on doing is filling in those holes in the floor, because if you don't, then every time you go to bed, your stamina won't completely regen. So you only get about half your stamina, between half and full, depending on how many holes in the floor you filled. So right away, right after you make that first axe, really just get enough wood, fill in those holes, and that way you get as much stamina as possible every time because stamina is king in this game. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that initial bench that you get, the workshop bench. It has a lot of blueprints for like household things. It's where you can get like you build your storage containers. There's a section for weapons, this and that. Make sure you like that's the first thing you try to upgrade, mainly because within that you can build outfits and higher end weapons. So that's pretty useful, especially when you start going into combat areas. Because yes, this tiny little game also has a decently robust combat system with a few different kinds of weapons. I was pleasantly surprised. I've had like 2 or 3 boss battles already, so that's just it's so cool. But make sure you're upgrading that workbench right away. As soon as you're comfortable to, and it does cost a little bit of cash. So kind of once you get to that point, just so you're having access to the higher end weapons and armor. You can just buy higher end armor, but it's pretty pricey. So to start, just being able to craft it yourself is ace. Another thing is there's a specialty trader kind of thing. He comes like once a month, once a season ish, like a month and a season are the same thing. He comes once and or once a month rather, and he's got some interesting things, some things that you might not be able to get anywhere else, and so kind of keep an eye out for him. Don't let him pass you by. Definitely just hunt him down and find him. And look, the bet I have for Pinky, which is the adorable little like fat pink cat that you can eventually kind of adopt or adopts you. The bet I have for Pinky was from the Mysterious Man. So look out for him because he's got some great stuff. And speaking of Pinky, as a bonus factoid, or fun fact, interesting fact, you know what I mean. Pinky is like I said, the pink fluffy cat in the game, and after you become a high enough level of friends, Pinky will move in essentially. So make sure you're saying hi to Pinky, and Pinky does like fish, so make sure you're giving Pinky some fish. And another thing I wanted to mention is that with decorating your house, as you can see, different things give different benefits. So like the clock I put on the wall gave me health, my license gave me extra stamina, and you can view all that in your house, which is super useful because it's another way to boost your stats. And also when you upgrade your house, it'll boost your stats from there. So collecting furniture, finding stuff, making sure you're putting it on your walls in your house or equipping it on your character if it's equipable will definitely help with health and stamina and getting enough to do things, because as you can see, my character's pretty low level right now. So she doesn't really have a lot of stamina, and so she uses it pretty freaking quick. So the more that you can kind of put in your house or you can equip on yourself to bolster that, the better. Also, when you're in these ruins, mines area and you're mining, you'll come across something called a data disk. And this world is based off of the fact that like our current world is gone kaput. And so when you mine, you're finding things from our world, and the data disks are old like CDs, which I think is hysterical. But with those CDs, you want to make sure that you're saving them. And then there's a woman named Petra who's kind of near the like little square where like the school is and stuff like that. And you want to make sure you're giving her data disks because she can research things for you to build. Whether it's new like crafting tables or things that other people might need eventually. So getting started on that early. I didn't know that when I first played, and it turned out that I needed something and it was timed, and so I had to like hope that she got me everything within like I like barely squeaked by with the skin of my teeth kind of thing. So make sure that you're just kind of giving her data disks. Some of the research can take a few days, or it can take as long as, I believe, almost a full in-game week to get. And they just recently added in, if you give her extra data disks, it can kind of cut some of that time in half, which is a really, really nice addition. But make sure you're keeping an eye on that and just continually having research done. I keep my data disks on me, so then that way I don't, because they only take up like one small inventory slot, just so then that way I don't forget to grab them before I go visit her. So just keep them on you. It's super easy. And then what was else I wanted to talk to you about? Oh, speaking of things that you get in the mines, this and that, don't throw things away just yet. I have like a million storage containers and I try to keep them as organized as possible. There are upgraded storage containers from your basic wooden one, but for now, definitely don't be throwing anything away, especially things that you find in the abandoned mines and this and that, just because you don't know what you're going to need, especially because this game is still in early access. So something that you might have sold might now actually be needed for crafting. I haven't come across that yet, but unless it's something like you can put in the museum or you can use to decorate your house with or anything like that, like you can get animal bones, this and that, or skeletons. And I don't necessarily know what they're used for yet, but I'm holding on to them, kind of keeping the Minecraft mentality of you don't want to be throwing anything away. And you'll make the majority of your money with commerce commissions that you can do. So there's no real worry there, or you can craft and sell things. Speaking of selling things, another tip is that if you look carefully when you go to a trader, you'll see a percentage. It'll either be like 70% or 120%. And that's how much everything is either up or down on its base value. So you want to be selling things, if you're going to sell things to people, when you hit like that 120, 130 up mark, and then you want to buy stuff when it drops as low as like 70%. That's like a good time to buy like seeds, upgrade kits, this and that. It's just super handy to have. And then the last couple things I wanted to mention as far as tips go is that your furnaces should always be going. Don't leave an empty furnace behind, kind of thing. Like, furnaces should always be going, or whatever crafting table you have. You should just, this and that way, when you have commerce commissions, this and that, you need a copper bar, you have a copper bar. You need to make something with a copper bar, well, you already have the copper bar done, so you're not wasting time there. And the cool thing is, with a recent update, they added cloud storage. So similar to Fallout 4, if you've got all of your like copper in a storage container, it'll pull from that, which is really nice, because before it used to be you have to grab your copper and then go to the furnace and this and that, but now it just all pulls from like various sources that are already on your plot of land, if you will, which is so nice. I cannot even begin to tell you the happy dances that ensued when I realized it was all like cloud storage. I was just like, wait, cloud storage? What is this? And it's magical. Magical. But outside of the whole magical business that is cloud storage, I think that about covers all the tips and tricks I wanted to share with you, especially if you're new to my time at Portia. I want to know, are you excited to play this game? Is this a game you've had your eye on, but you're not sure if you want to play it? Or have you been playing this game for a while and you're like absolutely obsessed with it? I want to know. I want to have a conversation. Either leave it down below, find me on social media. You know how this normally works. And if you want to see this game kind of like live and in action, I tend to stream it later at night on weekdays. So you are always more than welcome to join us for some live streaming. The link to the Twitch channel is down below as always. And I think we're good here. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I, as always, have had an absolute blast, and I will most definitely see you in the next video. Bye!